Hi everybody and welcome back to Hex Token channel. Your host Superman in the house. Man, oh man, is it going to be a fun live stream. Now we've got this split up into two halves. Of course, we're going to be covering the day one, and of course now we're in day two of the XEN launch there. And of course then in the second half we're going to get into Pulsechain and Hex updates. Big awesome stuff. But before we do that, of course, we're going to talk about Richard Hart's birthday, the founder of Hex and Pulsechain coming up, and so definitely going to be pretty awesome. Happy birthday to Richard. He posted this 9 hours ago. Got a little cat there with a little light and little hat, and pretty cool. The hours are going by. The past increases, the future recedes. Possibilities decreasing, regrets mounting. Do you understand? I understand. Remain ignorant. Happy birthday, says Richard. So that's pretty funny. And of course, I posted his that tweet there. So if you haven't done this already, go hit that up and retweet, say something nice because it's happy birthday time for Richard, so it's pretty cool. He did post a pretty nice little comment down here. Thanks to the wonderful people who are making my birthday great. So get in there and feed that on. It's pretty cool. I think there's a couple of well wishes there. Steph from Staker App says, given your current accomplishments and a continuous drive, you won't have to much to regret, be assured. And what else there? So pretty cool. Jim Ray Crypto says, happy birthday, bro. Thank you for being a freedom fighter and evolving and educating those who will listen closely to our how the stuff really works. You changed my life forever, with or without Hex in my wallet. Thanks for inspiring me to punch harder and harder. Crypto Coffee says, if you're not having an awesome day already, just think about how many people's lives are awesome now because of you. And that's Crypto Coffee there. Christina Hype, I feel very lucky knowing you, Richard. Not only because your innovations, but because your personality and your knowledge. The world needs more people like you. So that was from Christina there. I just write, happy birthday, Richard. Party well. Thanks for all that you do. So lots of cool stuff. Ivan on Tech in there. Happy birthday. And of course, Richard's responded to that one. So nice one. There's an upcoming interview, of course, with Richard on Ivan on Tech. We look forward to that. So it's going to be pretty cool. Ben Armstrong, BitBoy in there too. Happy birthday. Thanks, man. Says Richard, pretty cool. Happy birthday, Richard there. Definitely Richard responding to the big influencers, that's for sure. HBD there from Matty Allen, only person in the world who can call the Bitcoin the top on the day more reliably than most people call their own birthday on the day, says Matty. That's pretty funny. And lots of more there. I love this picture there. King Richard, like that. That's pretty nice. I might actually borrow that picture for another day. But there we go. That's pretty cool. Hexy Cat in there. Happy birthday, Richard. And of course, I love this guy in the back. Big kisses and stuff. Happy birthday for you, which is pretty cool. That is pretty funny, this meme. So awesome stuff there. All right, cool. Let's get into the chat, though. Hopefully, you get into do that. We're going to jump into Zen, though, and talk about this. So the first half of the live stream will be on Zen, the launch day and launch day 2. This is really a bit of a fun for me, a bit of entertainment. And, of course, we just don't know what it's going to do, right? Obviously created by founder Jack Levin, Google employee number 21. He's obviously had discussions with Richard on live stream some time back. It's been so forth. So pretty cool. We're going to talk about this. Another thing, of course, second half, we're going to get into Hex and Pulsechain updates, the charts and project updates and all that sort of stuff. So stay tuned. It's going to be a lot of fun. Blobfish King is in the house there. Zen almost at 320,000 global rank. Woohoo! Don't take your eyes off Hex and Pulsechain. Indeed, we are not. Check my pulse in the house there. Woohoo! And Pac-Man as well. Yeah, cool to see you. BDC is in the house there. Let's go time. Rango as well. Morning all. Good to see you. Dave Dunlap. Good morning from Bali. Family holiday, says Dave. Hey, you'll have to catch up with Matt and Bali. You'll have to catch up with Matt and Bali there, Dave, if you can. What's up, Superman? Evening, fellow Hexkins. Says check my pulse. Billy Bob says I'm trying to get 100 Pac-Man. Or you're my Zen hero or Zen hero there. Anybody else have 100 wallets? Says Billy Bob. I think maybe Trayvon. Maybe Trayvon does. Christian Colin in the house there. Let's go. The winning team is here. I like that one, Christian. And Blobfish King only have 4 wallets with 1 C rank below 800, but I don't think the C rank makes a massive difference. Probably not overall, but certainly a bit of kudos, that's for sure. My goal is 300, says Billy Bob. Well done, Billy Bob. Wish you all the best with that. There's a lot of management, but we're going to talk about that in due course. What else do you got to do right now, says Billy Bob? It says make new wallets, probably. Tal7 in the house there. I'm deep in Zen, a top 50 C rank. Well done, Tail7. Well done, man. That's so cool. Kudos to you, man. Kudos. Tonight says, what's up? What's up? And Katie as well. Hey, all good to see you, Katie. Scott says, did 32 wallets a day one for 250 and 31 of them longer with average estimate 20 million Zen each. Think I want more. Well done, Scott, man. Well played. Well played. That is terrific. Christian says, hello, family. Good to see Christian. Big Kahuna. Woohoo. Good to see you as well. Spike's in the house. Granddad's in there as well. G'day, mate. Good to see you, Granddad. And Brennan says, howdy, suit man. Good to see you, Brennan. D-Daily as well. Hey, legends. Wookie's in there too. Wookie's back. And HB to the big boss, man. RH says, happy birthday. Yeah. Hey, nice to see you back in the chat there, Wookie. We missed you yesterday. Good to see you back. And Sandy Beach in the house as well. Good to see you, Sandy Beach. Hello, Hex Token, everybody else. I minted some Zen today. Yay. Well done, Sandy. Sandy is one of our cool moderators like Wookie in our Discord. Scott says, what's Zen continual mints, claims and stakes is doing for ETH is bullish for Pulse burn. Jack said, will endorse on Pulse once deemed safe. Also says Scott. And of course, obviously it's going to get forked over anyway, Scott. So just the way it's going to be. Will there be any utility for Zen? Or will price go up? Hey, Sandy Beach, I guess we'll have to wait and see whether that's sort of a second phase of Jax's strategy. Maybe this first strategy is to get multi-chain adoption through the network effect. Really, we can see that that's what's really playing out. And of course, it's got the gamification for the FOMO there. And of course, pretty impressive so far. Now, what else we got going? We'll see whether there's a phase two, whether there's utility coming into the use of the token rather than just speculation. So we'll see how it goes. Lammy's in house, 162 wallets and did a couple of one-day stakes. Now, taken out of my initial investment and a bit of profit. Sorry, says Lammy. Hey, not surprising, Lammy. A lot of people will be doing, well, not a lot of people, some people have been doing what you've been doing, and it's turned out to be a pretty good move. So a lot of people people that are less like, have been in crypto for longer, they probably have done just the normal, like when it came out, 100 days or 300 days, the longer thing. And longer is better. If you want more volume, that's the longer play. But of course, there's been all the people that have been in crypto around for a while that have done like either ladders or done a lot in the short term because they know that there's a lot of hype in short term. So, and they're playing that game, which is, a lot of people doing that. What else there? We got Scott says, yeah, once forked, we'll have to maintain all functions on PLS also. We'll burn tons, says Scott. Very, very cool. All right, let's get into it, folks. 8 minutes into it. Happy birthday to Richard. And of course, the founder of the best crypto Hex, and of course, Pulsechain coming up. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And of course, I've got a whole ton of videos coming out for that soon. So it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, let's get into the results so far. So I got up, and I think it was maybe about an hour or two after the live. So I got up a bit earlier, and I think that we're probably up. You guys can confirm it, but I think we're around about 280,000 or so at the end of day 3. We didn't quite get to the EAA down to 9.7, but we're there now. So I think we still finished on 9.8. We're just shy, maybe about 20,000 wallets. But now we're just climbing massively. Now we're up to day 2. That's a Sunday, so it's a quieter day for gas fees. In other words, most of the gas is still being driven by the Zen contract itself. So we've still got 330,884. So Sunday in the US time, it's Monday here in New Zealand, of course, down under. But of course, that means it's a good day for Zen to dominate the gas there, as opposed to other use cases coming on during the week. We'll have to see how that goes through Monday to Friday. Obviously, a lot more activity during the week there from certain types of dApps and things like that. So we'll see how that goes. 330,884, terrific results, man, terrific. And of course, this is the number of wallets that are being used. It looks like in a couple of days it could reach up the amount of Hex wallets that have been held. But of course, it's a different product, right? So it's not. It's a different history, different product from how Hex is working. But in any case, the network effect is pretty powerful, and we're already up to 330,884 wallets. The active minters are 329,000. Now, what is the average wallet per person? Some people say 10 wallets per person, something like that. So you can pick your pick. I mentioned 3 to 4 yesterday, but it's probably much higher than that. It's hard to tell. And of course, I know that some people have just done a couple of wallets. A lot of people have done, 10 wallets or something around there. Some people have done hundreds of wallets. So There's a whole mixture of there. How many people? Active minters. So that's pretty cool. What else there? Active stakes already. 65 active stakes. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! We've got some active stakes, folks. There's some active stakes. I just noticed this now because we've been talking about price and everything else. I just noticed that there's 65 stakes there. Is that hilarious or what? Total transactions, 331,000. So this is going to be a lot more different transactions now. Now we actually, yesterday we didn't have any of the supply numbers. We had no supply. So now we've got a total supply, 92,335,461 total supply. We've got liquid now, 89,279,000. This is what the day one minters have minted. And of course, into day two, or day one minters have minted this. And of course, the total stake, 3,056,000. So well done. Well done to that. So that's pretty cool. And let's quickly go to the XEN contract. We can see that on the blockchain. So you can see the 89.45 million there. That number there on the contracts. This is the contract for XEN. You can see that on the, let me just close that down. You can see that here. So that's the number there, liquid number on the blockchain. You can see the two matching up there. So very, very cool. The total stake, 3 million. And of course, the total supply, 92 million. This is nothing, right, compared to the volume that's going to be coming over the next few days. And of course, into the year ahead as people are now being able to mint. So max term now is up at 375 days. Remember, this is going to taper off at around about just over 1 million wallets, I think, and it's going to be 400 days. So we're racing towards 1 million wallets. We're at 330,000, and we're just entered day two, only a couple of hours into day two. So, 37 there, 375 at the moment. This is the fast part of the curve where we sort of went up pretty quick, and that's going to slow down as we head towards, well, not slow down completely. We've got 25 term days to go till we reach 400. So that might take another 3 days or something, maybe that long, 2 days, 3 days. We'll see how we get on. And of course, the other big thing, of course, the AMP. Once we tick over the first day, which we're now on day two, the AMP goes down by 1 per day, and this happens over 8 years. So this is the reward. Remember, these three key metrics are for the minting. This APY is for staking. That's the staking metric there. So these are the three minting ones. So the AMP has gone down by 1. Once we hit 300,000 wallets, the EAA, that's the early amplifier there. That went down, so like an early bonus, that went down by 0.1%. So we're now down to 9.7% there, just on the turn of the day. So pretty awesome. That's going to be gone once we get to 10 million wallets. That's going to be gone. And I did a basic estimate. That's probably something like maybe 35 days if we keep this run rate up. Obviously, that's not a given. That's just a linear prediction. So we might end up getting down to 0 on the EAA within just over a month. Let's see how we get on. It may take a bit longer. Maybe it takes 2 months. But at the earliest, I had it kind of at the current run rate at 35 days. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen during Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And, of course, as the momentum goes forward as well. That will also be determined by the price, how the price is, how many buyers are buying, and keeping that price up, because that's kind of making a lot more people mint more wallets. So we'll see how that goes. So let's come up some of the headline numbers. Very, very cool. Let's jump over to the if you want to mint, by the way, you're new to XEN, you're wondering what it's all about. Well, it's a bit of fun for me in anyway. Some people are taking it more seriously, but this is where we're at the moment. We've got the mint. All you have to do is the maximum day is 375. You just have to connect your wallet up. You don't have to stake for 375 days. You can do a minimum of 1 day. But of course, the longer you do it, the longer you'll be earning more free mint. And of course, more wallets will come in behind you, lifting up your bonus. So that's pretty cool. All you have to do is put the days in and then start minting. And of course, there's a minting phase. It will last that long. At the end of that minting phase, you can claim. And of course, then it will show up in your wallet. And then, of course, you can go to the staking page. So you either sell it, hold it, or stake it. The staking APY is going to start at 20% and then go down by 1% every 90 days until it reaches 2%. And that will take quite a while. I think it's something like 684 days or something like that. So anyway, that's kind of the play. And yeah, so pretty cool. What else? We've got charts here as well. There's the charts. We can actually see the rank claim there. So we've got some sort of chart here. We'll be able to follow this as well. Rank claim there, 1 p.m. That's 76,000. And then, of course, it shows 252 there. So it's not quite following the days, but hey, who's to argue there? All right, so cool. That is pretty much it. Let's jump over to the contract. Obviously, the contract here has got all the transactions going through. We've got multi-calls now, not just claiming and things like that, not just claiming mint rewards. We've got multi-calls. That means people buying and selling. We've got claiming mint rewards. Those are people claiming their mints. Let's have a look at this random one here on claim the mint. You can see that comes out of the null address there, and it goes into their wallet after they claim their mint that they've got in. So that's pretty cool. And you can see that on the mint here. Once you have a mint up, I don't have one on this account, it's just a play wallet. You'll be able to claim it on this account. So that's pretty easy to do. Oh, let me jump back to here. So that's kind of cool. What else have we got? We've got a couple other functions running at the moment. We've got some swaps, Uniswap and things like that. So that's kind of cool on there. Let's get into, we've got only 797 holders. Obviously, we've got people staking. And of course, we've got quite a few holders that will be inside the MEXC account. So this is some of the news. Let's go to the news and we'll come back to the block explorer here. But let's get into it. So these are some of the updates from Jack Levin, the founder of XEN. Scammers are out. Note, we are not on BSC. Only XEN deployment is on Ethereum mainnet. This was 9 hours ago. The screenshot belly shows fake XEN on BSC. So there's no trading on BSC or Polygon. Just remember that. Now, Jack was talking yesterday about potentially launching on BSC and BSC and Polygon today, but we haven't. I haven't heard any news myself. Let me know in the chat if you heard some. But I would definitely go to the official Telegram. That's at the top of Jack Levin's Twitter. I'll post that in the chat there just so you can hit that up. But remember, always go to the official places. Don't go even if you hear someone in the chat or if you hear anything, go and confirm it in the official sites. Right? If you don't, you're risking yourself getting scammed. So just remember, go to the official one, Mr. Jack Levin. Now, at the top of Jack Levin's, of course, he's got the Telegram group. Go there and you'll get the best info. We got some other comments here. Just the fact that it cost 200,000 wallets 13 hours ago. That was pretty cool. And 15 minutes, 6 hours ago, 15 minutes until XEN becomes mintable. That was 6 hours ago. So that's pretty cool. And the global rank at that time was 263,000. They still had 15 minutes to go. So it was a bit lower than what I said. I think I said maybe 280. It sounds like it was, well, at least from the first mint. From the first mint, 263,000. So that gives you a better idea. Now, 5 hours ago, XEN is now trading on MEXC exchange. This is a centralized exchange. And of course, we can see that here. That is trading here at the moment. So this is the centralized exchange. Now, I've got all these links in the Discord. So if you haven't joined our Discord, hit the link in the video description. Come and join our Discord. And of course, under new token links, we have the XEN free claim, all the information that we publicly know of at this stage. Now, this morning, I've added the contracts. So I've added the XEN price on Uniswap. So it's using Dex Screener. It's got the Uniswap contract. Like I say, you can confirm all the contracts on the blockchain through official sources, but I posted them here. The MEXC centralized trading pair is also here. Now, that's in US dollar tether there. But of course, on Dex Screener there, they've got an ETH pair, USDC pair, and a couple others. But just be careful that you confirm all the contracts, right? There's contract pair and the token contract, right? So make sure that that's all lines up. But pretty much those are the links there. Be careful of fake XEN contracts trading, particularly now on BSC. There was one yesterday on the ETH chain. It's probably still going, so because they don't disappear. But just be careful. This is the official stuff here. All right, and of course, here is the official contract, which we were looking at. So that's cool stuff there. Always look after yourself, your security. One day, minters minted 60,000 XEN Uniswap value. So 5 hours ago, 60,000 XEN that was minted on a day one minter was worth $358. Obviously, the price actually went up, I think, from there. So pretty crazy. XEN crypto is also listed 4 hours ago on CoinMarketCap. So that was pretty cool. And you're looking really good there. And what else? Good site here on June.com, which is a great site here. Someone's done a dashboard tracking that as well. And of course, you can see that here tracking. Now, the other thing, of course, XEN is on Uniswap. So I didn't talk about that. So Uniswap and MEXC, the centralized exchange. Uniswap, the decentralized exchange. So it's pretty cool. There's this cool data here as well, XEN crypto overview. I'll post this in the link as well if you want to play around with that. And it's got some cool data here. I don't think I've refreshed it for a little while. Let me just refresh. Yeah, I'm not sure how these are tracking very much. So I haven't actually looked at this to make sense of some of these charts. So just take that into account. I haven't done a lot of that. So cool. It's not, some of it's not as obvious as I thought it might be. Well, let's have a refresh of the dashboard, because basically you're going to refresh this non-stop because the thing just keeps going up and up and up. It's not like it's going by a snail. Look at that. It's already up to 332,000. So it's going pretty amazing there as well. The term days, the more wallets, the higher the term days will go. So when you do mint, the days are going to probably slip up to 376 during our live stream probably. That's pretty much it. All right, so back to Jack's updates. MEXC there, exchange is the main marketplace for Zen. And of course, it ranks as #1 token holder as well. This is when we're going to jump back into the blockchain. And you can see that MEXC, the centralized exchange, is the #1 wallet. 44% of the current liquid Zen is now trading on MEXC here. Now, inside here, of course, will be a whole ton of holders that won't show up here, right? So we've got 797 here liquid on the blockchain. But of course, there'll be a lot of people holding Zen inside the MEXC.com platform. Since it's centralized, it's basically their ownership sitting inside this wallet. So even though the MEXC exchange has 44% of the Zen supply at the moment, which is close to 40 million Zen, a lot of that's probably owned by people buying and selling. So you can see people buying and selling here. And so that's pretty much it. So you can see people wanting to buy here, people wanting to sell here, and of course the trading price here at the moment. Now we've seen a little bit of separation between the centralized price and the Uniswap price. Obviously, to arbitrage takes a bit of time, but at least at the moment, we got the price on Uniswap at 0054 at the moment, and 00577 on MEXC. So MEXC better price at the moment, and probably not surprising there. Now let's have a look at the liquidity in the pool. We've got before we do the price, let's finish off some of Jack's comments here. 4 hours ago, the claim function, this person did a 1-day mint of 60,000, and the rest of his wallets were 300 days plus. So he was pretty happy with that. And I think that's it. So that's it. If you want to get some official, follow the official announcements, definitely follow Jack Levin here. And of course, hit the XEN Crypto Talk here on Telegram. It's always best to get the official stuff there, right? So hopefully that works. So cool. All right, so let's close out of that, and let's get into the market price and talk about that. We've got at the moment, we reached a high. Look at this, man. It came out of the gate. Look at that. Came out of the gate, around 0062, and went all the way up to 1.5 cents. Can you believe it? 1.5 cents. Managed to stay up pretty well. And of course, down it came, but it's still holding up. In my view, still holding up at a pretty nice price of 0.574. Now, if you base this on your gas cost, so if you were early and you were minting where you got $40 gas costs, right? So then you've done pretty well still. Like even at $40, it's like a 30-40x or something. And of course, pretty cool like that. Now, if you had done it a bit later and you minted it like $7, $10, and then obviously you'd be up quite a bit. Let me have a look at some of the metrics I've got here. Yeah, you'd be up some massive returns, you know. I've got my 7-day here. Let me put the price in at the moment, and let me do the maths on that. So I've got here I've got gas cost for a 7-day mint, and it's $6. That was $6.70. And I've got a 358x here on this at the moment on the current price. Now, is the current price going to stay up as each day comes forward? More volumes coming into the market, and therefore you need more buyers that are speculating, that are trying to bring trying to buy future mint today. They're speculating that, and of course you got more supply coming onto the market. Obviously, you'd like to see more exchanges come on, more buyers. Obviously, there's a lot of hype and excitement and stuff like that. So it's going to be fun to see it play out. At the moment, it's managed to bounce back a little bit here on the chart. So it managed to come down to just under 0.5 cent. And then, of course, bounce back to 0.6 of a penny. And now it's back down halfway, just above that, just below that now, just below 0.6 of a penny. But, of course, on MEXC there, it's almost at 0.6 of a penny. So it's a bit higher in the price there, but just take that into account. So cool. That is pretty much how that's going at the moment with the range, but 1.5 cents currently just under 0.6 of a penny, holding up pretty well actually, but more volume coming on every hour, right? All these 1-day minters. So that's one of the things there. So pretty cool. Now let's get a little insight. So we know that MEXC is the biggest exchange. It's now the biggest wallet at the moment. We've got Uniswap V3 and 2 pairs there coming in second and third. But let's have a look at the top whale. The top whale here came in. This is wallet number 4, and of course got a 1.5 million Zen get in there. Some of you are asking, how did they get so much? I said I minted for 300 days. I minted for 100 days. How did this person get so much? Well, let's have a look at what they did. Okay, so pretty interesting stuff here. This particular wallet, they have transferred heaps of stuff. We're going to go to the last. This is not the wallet I was actually looking at there. They minted out here, it's 59,000 2 hours and 40 minutes ago. And of course, then they transferred out. They transferred this out into another wallet from the looks of it yesterday. So that's pretty cool. Let me just jump away. That's not the one I wanted to actually show. Let's go back out of here and get back to where I wanted. So I think this one here is the one I wanted. Wallet number 5, which is whale number 2 now. What's the whale number 1? Got multi-calls on it. It's not the one I want to talk about either. I think the whale that I was talking about is maybe gone. Let's have a look here. No, this is the whale I want to talk about. So whale number 3 now was whale number 1, but have been selling. And of course, here we are. They minted all these wallets. So 1 day mints 2 hours and 30 minutes ago, 59,000, 59, 59, 59. So they were minting away 2.5 hours ago. These are all the different short-term strategies people are playing, the 1 day strategies. And of course, you can see all the mints. Look what they did. They did about something like 55 mints or something. Look at them all. Heaps of them. Page 3, page 2. There's 4 pages here. They minted. Look at that. About 60,000 each. This was their strategy. They played a short strategy on these particular wallets. In any case, they may have long wallets as well. But that's where they got up to. I think it's about 55 or so wallets, maybe a bit more. And of course, they ended up selling this out. Look at the multi-calls. So sell, selling these all down, blah, blah. This one here, this one went to MC. So this ones were selling on Uniswap. And this one here was selling at, they sent this to the MC one here. So this has gone to the MC wallet. So that's been sold too. So that's pretty much it. So they pretty much looks like they sold it on the MC exchange. And of course, you can see all of them selling down here. They're down. They had a couple of million, I think, maybe 1.5 or 2 million or something. They're down to 693,000. And of course, they're selling. Look at this, 120, 120, 120. So there's also selling pressure coming in from whale number 3, was now whale number 1. And you can see some of the behavior there going on at the moment. It's picking up $665 a time. It may have cost them, I don't know, if they were early, maybe $40, maybe $50, I don't know. And of course, if they weren't, then of course it would have been a lot cheaper. So that's pretty much it. Let's go. I think that's pretty much it on there. So pretty interesting strategies there. This one's played out extremely well for this wallet. And let's have a look. They've got 8.6 ETH in there now, and looking pretty good. And of course, they've got their multi-calls there. So yeah, brilliant play from that wallet. Playing the short game. So interesting stuff there. All right, cool. Let's jump out of there. And of course, the Zen is going to be minting more and more. These are our top holders, these ones here. But yeah, that's pretty much where it's going at the moment with these. And away you go. So that's page 1, down 143,000 on page 1 there. We obviously got some trading pools in here as well. So I think it's about 6 or Uniswap ones or something like that. It's kind of where we're at this stage. So cool. All right, so pretty amazing. That is the latest news from Jack Levin. Now, obviously, he talked about yesterday launching on BSC and Polygon. I haven't heard anything on that yet, but of course, there's no trading pairs on there. And of course, we'll get into Telegram, get the official stuff. I'm not on Telegram, so I can't do that, but let us know in the chat there. So it's pretty awesome. And of course, people playing the short game, people playing the staking game, the staking ladder game, the short, medium, long, people playing the long game, going for big volume further down the track, because, of course, obviously, these metrics aren't going anywhere, right? So let's go through some of the long game play. And, of course, you won't be able to get more tokens. You have to do it earlier is better. We're only in day 2, so earlier is better because this max term day is going to, once we get to about 1 million wallets, we're up to 334,000. This will get to about 400 max term days. And, of course, that means that you can you'll be up 400 days and still accumulating. When some of these shorter plays have all claimed, you'll still be earning on all the wallets that come in behind you. And that's the play there. So for 400 days, which is a lot longer than 100 days. So the first 5,000 minters, 100 days, a lot longer than that. If they did do minting for that long, you'll be minting for 400 days. Brilliant. So there's a really cool play like that. It is kind of kudos having an early C rank, but it's not the being on all you. If you're minting for 400 days, it's a lot better, right? In some cases, so pretty cool. The AMP, of course, goes down by 1 per day over 8 years. We got our first decrease there. Obviously, we're in day 2 now. The early adopter amplifier, the EAA, sort of like an early bonus. That starts with a 10%. It goes down by 0.1% every 100,000 wallets. So obviously we're over 300,000. So it's gone down by 0.3%. And it will go down once we get another 66,000 wallets. We'll go down to 9.6%, and so on. And of course, if we hit 1 million wallets, we could hit that. If we hit 10 million wallets, which is how long it will take to get down to 0 for the EAA. In other words, the early bonus will be gone. The earliest run rate is kind of around about 35 days at the moment. If we keep this sort of run rate up, but of course that's a question mark over that. Maybe it takes longer, 2 months or something like that. We'll see how we get on. But it's kind of the run rate at the moment. So this could be maybe 3 days away, hitting max term of 400 days, maybe quicker, 2 days. Today, tomorrow, maybe the next day. So yeah, maybe 3 days, something like that. That could hit 400, and that'll be the max term. And the cool thing about that is you're going to keep earning for 400 days compared to the people the first 500 minutes, 100 days, and of course everybody else less than that, right? So that's pretty cool. At the moment, you can get 375, which is pretty cool. It's over a year now, right? So you'll be minting over a year. That's pretty cool. The EAA there, 9.7%. So cool. And the APY starts off at 20%, goes down by 1% every 90 days. So it's encouraging you to stake because that's going down every 90 days. It will go down by 1%. And of course, that will peter out at 2% inflation. That's pretty much it. So pretty cool. All right, so that's kind of some of the updates there. Let's get into the chat and say hello. I've got another one here. The GWEI at the moment is around 33 GWEI, so still kind of high. We were getting used to low GWEI, but because the XEN contract is the #1 minter, you got it right. It's just smashing it. Look at $1.8 million. Oh, wow. And of course, we've flipped over to a new 24-hour period. So it's rolling 24 hours, but it's still up there. $1.8 million, man, oh man. 46% of the ETH used in the last 3 hours. So really dominating the Sunday minting there in the United States. So that's pretty crazy. Now, what time is it in the United States? It's still, okay, it's still yesterday from looks of it. It's still 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's currently 8 o'clock in New York. So it gives you an idea where they are on Sunday. So still going there. And look at that, $300,000 just in the last 3 hours, 1.8 million in the last 24 hours, 42% dominance in 24 hours. Everybody else will be peeved off, right? All the other projects, because they're playing higher gas at the moment, all because of the XEN contract. And of course, what will happen during the week when other dApps, where people are more activists and other stuff, will be interesting on other dApps, and so see how this gas plays out versus XEN minters versus other people. It's going to be interesting to see what people are willing to bear. And of course, the market price will play a key role in that. It's going to be pretty crazy. So we're still at 0.0565 on Uniswap. And of course, we're at, we've gone under half a penny on a MEXC. Sorry, we've gone under half a penny on MEXC there. We just had a bit of a sell-off there. And you can see the order book here as well. So these are the buyers. Best buy at the moment. Gone down to 0.045. Best sell 0.046. Remember, this is done differently with an order book compared to an AMM on the on Uniswap. So it's got different maths to it. So pretty much a different setup. And now Uniswap is better. Uniswap is now better than MEXC. And MEXC was better than Uniswap. Now it's flipped around. So there we are, folks. All right, cool. That's pretty much it. So I think we're going to come back to that. Let's have a look in the chat and see what people are saying. Hey, welcome everybody. Of course, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, and all that good stuff. If you want to join the channel, of course, to get great updates. We like to look at the entertaining projects, best probable projects, of course, building on a Pulsechain, and of course, X itself. So yeah, definitely get in there. We've got join. We've got Pulseskins, Hexskins, and Richard Heart Club. So definitely hit the join button, join up, and support the channel. The other thing, of course, get into our Discord, which is growing really, really nicely. We're heading up towards 800 members. If you like good community and good information, it's a great place to be. So definitely the link is in the video description for that. So there's 3 things you can do. All right, we have been pretty active in the new tokens chats here. A lot of people have been talking about the XEN in there, and we've had the price chats as well. A lot of people in there talking about the price as well. So it's been a lot of fun in those chats. All right, so let's jump back to the market. Let's see where we are. We're going to do a refresh here. And we've got some claims. These are the claims that have been going on with the claims. So these are events. If you click to events, you'll see all the claims that are going on here. So cool, the latest ones at least. All right, let's do a refresh. 335,000 wallets so far, global claim. Pretty awesome. And the max term day, 375, 2,999 on AMP, and 9.7% on EAA. That's pretty much where we are at the moment. So let us, I think that's it for the moment. We're going to get into some of the chats though, and then we're going to jump into a Pulsechain and Hex and all the Pulsechain project updates. Then we're going to come back at the end and have a look at a XEN again. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Let me get into the chat and see where we're up to. I think I've got, just going to make sure I don't miss it too many. There's a lot of chats there, so I'm going to have to jump here and there. Let's see where we are at. What did I get up to? I think we got to Lammy. We definitely got to Lammy. Pretty sure. We got Machiavelli. Jack Levine is your daddy now, says Machiavelli. I don't know what that's on about, but Robbie O says, hey, how broken is Ethereum? Gas prices are set up when somebody decides to use their platform or something. Happens a lot, Robbie O. And of course, it's because the pipe is so small. The pipe for the transaction is so small. That's why we are looking forward to sharding and SK rollups and things like that technology. But that's further down the track. Yeah, just the way it is at the moment. That's why it gives a big opportunity for Pulsechain to come. That's one of the wonders there for Pulsechain. Metro says 17 wallets. Nice one, Metro. Hey, everybody. Ted Nelson in the house. Let's have a jump here. What Wookie says, Wookie's daughter shares her birthday with Rich Hart. Nice one, Wookie. Happy birthday to your daughter. Yeah, happy birthday, says Brennan. What else there? Christian says, Jack created this to really do what's intended to do in the long term, says Christian. Tom Boss in the house there. Did anyone do some wallets with one-day mints? Lucky if you did, said Tom, but very lucky indeed from the looks of it. What else there? We've got a couple more comments. I'm going to jump through some of this. We've got Shano in the house. Good to see Shano. Yeah. Fat Sammy as well. Good to see Fat Sammy, one of our community leaders in our Discord. So great to see Fat Sammy in there. Does a great job. And we appreciate it big time. Let's have a look. Ryan says, how many XEN wallets did everyone mint? SCRC's in the house there. What's good, gang? Good to see SCR. What else there? Smash those likes. Definitely smash the likes. Lose fourth APY percentage at day 360 for staking. Wanted to do 369 though. Lols is Scott. And Brennan will maybe have cruises already set up. Let me jump through some of that. Lies Beneath in the house there. Hello, are you today? Good to see you, Lies Beneath. The ultimate strategy, of course, Hex, EHEX, PLS, and PLSX for the win. 100%. That is the dominant strategy on this channel. Of course, we do talk about other projects, so this is the way it goes. Scott's in there, pretty cool. Mostly Hexkins and XEN. First and fully understand how to utilize it. We'll bring a lot back in the Richard Hart ecosystem, in my opinion. Hey, Scott, that is true. That is true. That was going to be one of our topics later on. So well said. Tom Bus in the house there. It's going to be like 90% dump tomorrow. 1,000s of wallets have made today. Total for 1 day claim, says Tom Bus. True that, Tom Bus. True. Yes, Scott, not buying on uni or exchanges now. Noobs FOMO going to get wrecked, in my opinion, says Scott. That's true. Sandy says, Brennan, I'm on the East Coast, so it's longer than 13 hours. They used a bot for those mints, says Lammy. True that, true, Lammy. Look how many mints there was in every minute. Yep, 100%. So that's one of the issues with the project. Of course, that's why we talked about it being, from my point of view, it's entertainment, because obviously we know that people can code bots and run bots on it, and that's what we see. That's definitely, you got real people and people running bots. That's just part of the game. And what else there? What else we got there? We jump through all that. D Angel says the sweet spot of XEN crypto is its utility is to pump ETH and XEN pools. That's magic. Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. It does get a bit of free advertising, right? So this free advertising of being in the top Gwei, a bit of free advertising. People go, what the heck's going on with the Gwei? What's so high? come and look at the gas tracker. That certainly helps as well. So cool. Let's do a refresh here. Where we're up to, and let's see, 336,000 folks. Woohoo! Scott says cool that both exchanges did on own with no Zen team contact. Yep. Also, CoinMarketCap shared Jack's Twitter and contact him Zen on CMC tomorrow, most likely. Nice one, Scott. Appreciate that. Scott should release Zen on the ETH chain first before the others. What else there? Thanks, Lemmy. And I turned out because it sounds like Conrad Zen. Zen, and I hate those. That guy's face is wall to wall. It's funny, man. Smash the button, folks. Says Brennan. Definitely do that. Pac-Man says K4K is wreck, lol. And of course, yeah, I talk about K4K. Obviously, hugely popular and respected community member. And hey, look, we already knew a lot of the criticisms that he had. We already have discussed, and we already knew all those. So it's really not a big issue, right? So that's probably all I'll say about that. That's not going to age well. He the man, though, says Scott. Yeah, I'm sure. K4K missed out on Hedron. Now Zen, says Pac-Man. What else there? Let me jump through some of this. Sometimes for minimal investment that are safe, got to throw some stuff at the wall and see what sticks. Yeah, it's true, Scott. And I think that's kind of the way I look at it. It's kind of like entertainment. We'll see how it goes. I think one of the big things about it is the network effect, right? Sort of amplifies itself, boom, 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 boom. And even though there are bots and stuff in play, and of course we all knew that and all that sort of stuff, we've been talking about that. It doesn't really matter. So we'll see how it goes. It does have a deflation event at some point, slowly over time. So we'll see that play out. Obviously, the amp's going down over 8 years. That's a long time. But the EAA is going to be gone probably in 35 to 60 days, probably, if we keep this run rate up in any case. And the APY is going to go down every 90 days. So it is going to taper off there. Academia says good morning, afternoon, evening, all. And Brennan, I'm interested in Melbourne, Sydney, and Outback next time I visit Queensland. Nice. What else there? We got a couple more. I'm just going to jump through these. Lemmy says Zen actually deflated ETH during the mint. There's least ETH because of Zen. That's true, Lemmy. Well said. Happy Monday. I got my Zen minting going. Minted for friends and family. Got to wait 1 year to collect. Had to put a reminder in Google Calendar. I think lots of people going to minting Zen this year. Yeah, a lot of people are going to mint, but of course there's massive penalties. If you don't claim your mint within 7 days, you lose it all. So remember that. If you don't have a calendar in the calendar, you're going to lose all your Zen. Just remember that. So I think we'll lose a lot of Zen with people forgetting to claim or so stuff like that. So there will be a lot of people doing that. So it can be interesting. I'm not sure if the bots will be unless the bots are on a timer. I don't know if the bots will be free of that either. Yes, I think I will love it. 12 apostles on my list. There's Sandy Beach. Conrad Z's P Zen. Hey, nice one, Conrad Zen. And great to see you in the chat there. I'm presuming if you're the real Conrad Zen. I suggested if you are the real Conrad Zen, I suggest that you pick up. We do cover your project, but you should pick up a Starlink satellite for your internet connection. I think that would be helpful to you. Sandy Beach says New Zealand's on your list as well. Good to see that. Good to see for sure. Let's do a refresh again. And we're coming up to 45 minutes. So we're going to jump into the Pulsechain Hex update and come back around to Zen in a minute. What else there? Let's jump through some of this. Summer Solstice, good to see you as well. What's up, Superman? My best wallet rank, about 8,000. Spend about $30. Well done there, Summer Solstice. Congrats. That's a pretty good rank. John Gibbons says, hey, Superman, fellow Hex tokenins. Yeah, thanks, John, for that. I knew you were going to try and do that on me. Can we have a poll, see how many wallets people made? John, yeah, I might try and do that. Hopefully the moderators are taking out all those spam accounts. And let's jump through some of this. Let's go through that. I'm going to jump through some of these comments. Pac-Man says Zen will be a great project, guys. Just hold it. Thank me later. And Sandbeach says I minted for 369 days. Pac-Man says Jack is a very smart guy with connections. He will make Zen top coin coming months and years. Let's see what else. I think we're almost up to date. Let's get up to DB. Pulsechain of today, sir, would be nice. Yeah, 1 day closer, DB. 1 day closer. And, of course, Dan in there. Hey, Superman, morning, champ. I FOMO'd like you this into Zen, had a 7-day, but made extra three accounts. I think 10 accounts that will do me, mate. It cost about $60. Yeah. Hey, that's a speculative thing, but FOMO is unreal. Hey, Dan, I think that's a good approach. That's kind of the approach I've taken. So, yeah, I've got a bit of a staking ladder for that. So, just the way it goes. Conrad Z says you need to follow my channel so you don't get fudded out. And I don't get fudded out, Conrad Z. I do not. If you know me, I just do what I'm going to do. It doesn't matter. I don't care what anybody says. I do what I'm going to do. And I try to do what's best for the community. And I listen to the community. So I get balance. You got to balance. And that's what I try to do on this channel. I think that it's pretty good. Thanks, Patman says Sandy Beach. Yeah. All right. So here we go, folks. Hey, who was that in the chat there? Charity, could you please delete your account, your client account in the chat there, because I don't like people. I don't want people to dox themselves in their accounts. So Charity, I'm going to delete that. Thanks. Sorry about that, Charity. Yeah, just rather you not dox yourself, your accounts in the chat there. Thanks. All right, cool. Let's jump away to the markets and let's see where we're at the moment. So BTC, let's have a look. So we're now moving on Pulsechain Hex. We're going to jump back to Zen at the end. And obviously we're covering the launch phase of Zen there. BTC at $19,398. Let me get rid of Sandy's comment, as much as cool as it is. Yeah, so we're just, it's holding up okay, but of course it fell below 19,600, 19,700. And of course, just showing, but holding up, still holding up. But this week's going to be fun to see what happens. We've got the inflation data coming out this week. So that's probably the big measure. If that's softer, folks, bullish for the markets, that inflation drops. I think, what was it last time? At 8.3. I think it was 8.3 or 8.5, one of those two. If it comes down, then it's going to be better, right? So Ethereum there, $1,320 at the moment, holding up okay. And BNB after the bridge hack there, still having a few issues on the chain. A few minor issues around different parts of it, the explorers and things like that. So just got to iron that out, and at least it's back up and running there. So at 277. XRP still holding up there at 53 cents, up 2.99%. That's kind of looks like some of the cool flip moves there at the moment. All right, so cool. Let's get into Hex.com, of course. If you haven't checked out Hex.com, the best savings product on the planet, check it out, Hex.com. Obviously coming up to 3 years operation. And of course, amazing. Check that out. We're going to obviously cover the prices now. So let's get into that. We've got the Hex at 3.3 cents there. And that's looking pretty good. Like, as I said, we're definitely in accumulation phase. This is the last phase for accumulation that you'll be able to get. Maybe you could take a few teasers from some of Richard's stuff, but it's definitely looking good price range. Now, are we going to get that Bitcoin capitulation down to 11.5K? And of course, will that drag Hex down as well? Hex is mostly about 90%, I think, USDC. So it's non-Ethereum, so about 10% Ethereum. And so Hart's law only, moderately applies there. But of course, risk on and risk off still affect markets, and Hex is not immune to that. But of course, will we see a reversal, that reversal that we're looking for, where the market may be down, but Hex decides to suddenly go and do its own thing? And that's kind of what we're looking for at the moment. Definitely a pretty good accumulation phase for me. Especially if you bought up high in Hex, 30, 40 cents, then obviously you can dollar cost average, pull that average price down. And of course, if you're new to Hex, you can get it real cheap. You can get those T-shares. T-shares is what Hex is all about. And of course, that money print is really, really important. The share rate's going up all the time. And of course, that means that you get more shares today. And of course, if you stake longer pays better, a bigger pays better. And of course, you will benefit from that with the money printer. Hex is slowly getting scarcer and scarcer in the market. Obviously, I cover that more than anybody on the circulating supply. I have my waterfall chart with the circulating supply, and you can see that particularly after big projects like Maximus with the perpetuals, 810 million Hex got staked out on a perpetual basis over different periods, but most of it long, over 10 years. And of course, over 92,000 MEXC as well was ended up going into their three wallets, the Burn, the 369, and the mystery box. So pretty awesome there. So definitely pretty good price range to go into. Now, will it may dip down to 1 cent? Possibly, if the market does capitulate. But in any case, it's a pretty good accumulation zone. But of course, make sure you do your investment due diligence, and nothing on this channel is investment advice. Very important to remember that. Just my opinions here. All right, let's jump over to MEXC. And of course, I'm going to say a bit more about Hex once we get up to the videos, but MEXC here. So MEXC at the moment, 3.69 cents. Let's have a look at the premium though. This is what we really care about, is what the premium is. Remember, 92,000, 92,000, 92 million, sorry, 92 million MEXC got pushed into those 3 accounts. So there's a lot less on the market, 32% less on the market there got put off there. So a pretty big deal. 2.1 at the moment. So this is where the premium is holding, 2.1 Hex per MEXC at the moment. Holding up okay, but has not recovered back to the high there around 2.5. So slowly and surely, but looking good, looking good. Obviously, the Maximus team is working on the Poly Maximus now, which is looking at the Hedron there, and that's pretty important. So we're going to talk about that in a second. Hedron is one of the 3 plays. So my 3 plays at the moment, Hedron, of course, Pulse Dodge Coin, and those are the 2 probable plays. The 2 speculative plays we've got at the moment are BNB Pot, and of course, and more entertainment speculative is the Zen project. And so those are kind of the plays at the moment. So cool. The MEXC team premium is at 1.25, so it's actually not looking too bad. The MEXC team premium, and of course the Hedron here, which is one of the 2 probable plays. I have probable plays and speculative plays. Probable plays, of course, is more probable, right? So there we are, 2/3, maybe 2/3. Let's go for that definition. At the moment, we're at 4,151 on the old Hedron. And of course, we got this uplift in Hedron, moved a bit earlier than expected with the old Poly Maximus product being worked on by Dipcatcher and Gold Key over there at Maximus, and onwards and upwards it's going. So pretty exciting. And of course, it's holding this nice little uptrend. The other thing, of course, we've only got what month and 4 days to go. So it's moving early. It's basically moved early, and that Maximus, Poly Maximus, probably helped it along there with the small players being able to pull themselves together and bid like whales, and of course adding more certainty around the bidding, around the HSI Hex stakes that are going to be up for auction. Maybe something like 60,000 T-shares over a 2-week period at least, and it keeps going, right, because there's so many more HSIs being sold since then, and maybe 2,500 HSIs potentially could be up for grabs on that first day, 14th of November, I think it is. So cool, looking pretty good. Let's jump back out of there, and of course we're going to get into Acosa. Acosa currently at $1.07, $1.08, pretty much tied to Hex there for the most part, and that's kind of where we are at this stage. And we've got the team token down there as well at what's currently say 5.6 cents, but I'm not sure about that, Paul. It's a little dodgy, Paul. All right, cool. Let's get into the Hex chart and the whale bot and see what the whales have been doing in Hex. We had 1 million in staked a little while ago. We're going to talk about that in our stats. We've got 5.4 million Hex sold for 181,000 5 hours ago. We had some in-stake penalties, a lot of penalties today, folks. We're going to talk about the Hex daily stats later on. In fact, pretty soon, actually. We had some more penalties there. Look at this. What are you doing? 283,000, 3,872 days, 1,035. You think that these things probably get hacked or something. Doesn't look dodgy, that one. Oh, some more. Looks like this wallet possibly got hacked. I haven't actually looked at that. Let's have a look and see whether anyone's commented on it. Pays to stake. Some penalties. Yeah, I'm not sure. That looks a bit weird. It doesn't look that rational to in-stake that. That's pretty much for the whale bot. Let's have a look at the stakes coming out. We've got a big candle coming out. We're relatively big. We've obviously lost 1 billion candles now, but we have got large candles still coming out. Let's go this up till the end of January. We've got this candle coming out on the 11th of 374 million. And then the next one coming out is 426 on the 16th of October. These are the kind of the big global candles coming out on there. So cool. Let's jump out of there. Now, Pulsechain, bing, Hex, bing, Pulse Hex, bing, incentive token, bing. There we are. You saw it first. I'm sorry. My life is awesome. I had to borrow your coolness. That's the way it is. Didn't have the graphics, though. Didn't have the sound. I had to make that up myself. Cheap job. I did cheap version. It was pretty much a Pulsechain updates. Richard, of course, was on Hexologist, and he's going to be on Ivan on Tech coming up soon. So looking forward to that. Hey, we've got lots of spam in the chat, unfortunately. Just the way it goes. Thanks for the moderators doing your hardcore work there, man. They're going overtime in the chat, man. That's some crazy stuff. All right, so cool. We've got Pulsechain, of course. Richard Hart gave us an update. So let's hear from Richard Hart. Let's go. Boy.
Okay. Let's measure next.
Wrong one. Wrong video. Cue video 2.
I feel that the security considerations for Pulsechain's consensus strength are very, 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 very similar to Ethereum 2.0s. If that makes sense to you.
Makes sense.
We're forking Ethereum 2.0, not Ethereum 1.0. So you beat it out of me, you fucks. You wore me down, okay? So the logic was, do we have more faith in the BSC consensus, which we found flaws in, or rotating to several other options of not very well audited consensus, or the extremely well audited Ethereum 2.0 consensus? And my logic is that if you're going to make things right, doing them during a bear is a beautiful time to do it. And I think it will be quicker to use Ethereum 2.0's consensus than to properly audit and secure Corellia, which is a version of Click, which is what has a lot of problems. And so it was maximum secure and minimum time to market, because we didn't know, like, you didn't know whether the merge was going to work right. Could have not worked right. And you didn't know if they'd ever get to doing it because the delays were nearly endless.
Yep.
But after they did it, and after it worked right, it was the obvious choice. And so Pulsechain will have upgrades, but be primarily the same consensus mechanism that Ethereum 2.0 uses, but is now called Ethereum 1, right? Like, no one called it's not. Right. Ethereum 2 is now Ethereum 1 since the merge worked. So it's strong. It's safer, it's faster, and any upgrades that come in the future for Ethereum, such as sharding, we will get on our chain. And we wouldn't have got had we stayed with Ethereum 1, because the forks would have diverged. And so it's just better. So we're doing what's better, and it didn't take us any extra time to do it. So it's actually good news. But I got savaged so hard for giving you guys an update last time that, like, I'm super not into it. Like, I feel like someone's gonna make me eat shit for giving the good news basically now. I bet someone will. Someone will bother me and make me feel bad. Someone will make me feel bad about.
Bro, you got so many followers though, and I'm starting to feel. You got so many followers.
All right, so that was a really great update from Richard. Obviously, that has implications for obviously the existing validators. Obviously, Dave Feder was in there yesterday talking about that, but super good. What it means is that obviously super fast, super good security, but also simplification, I think, behind the scenes from the team, which particularly means a quicker launch time. And of course, the other thing is that upgradable, right? Upgradable with sharding and ZK rollups, and that means better TPS, easy TPS. So maybe a simpler approach. So probably pretty cool from that point of view. So very excited. Yeah, really great update from Richard there. So cool. So the other thing, of course, he talked about the market and talked about when the timing of the market might be. Some people have taken some inference with this, of course, around the hex price. So you can take that as a wild card. That's probably where I'd put it, but definitely looking good there. So obviously, it looks like the hex chart's got a nice good accumulation zone in it. And I've said plenty of that month after month after month. So there we are. Let's quickly look at Richard's market calling the bear bottom. Now, this is a could be, remember, so there is subject to, obviously, variables that may not play out exactly that way, particularly the interest rates from the Fed in November. Obviously, we're looking for the inflation coming out this month. So let's quickly check this one out too.
Okay. Let's measure the next bear. Let's do that. Let's see how smart Richard be. Next bear market. 364 days. That's about a year. Okay. Now let's measure this bear market from my 65K top, 427 days. But let's measure this bear market from the Judas candle, which where I think you have to deleverage from, because people got long there You need to get the shit liquidated out of them and undone. All them people need wrecked. NFT guys wrecked. Leverage traders wrecked. Assholes that sold you to top wrecked. Michael Saylor, I'm talking to you, you bitch. So like, let me measure it for you. We had like 300 and I'm gonna get on the daily for this. I'm gonna get on the daily so I can give you more specific measurements. One day we'll have advanced screen sharing technology, but we haven't come that far yet. So if I have measured this correct, and I'm going to verify that I did, right now we're 332 days in from the top, and that top, the 69K top, was November 21. So a year out from that is November 21 again.
Right.
That's a month and a week, bro, or a month and 2 weeks, month and 2 weeks. So in a month and 2 weeks, bro, maybe Fed, finds a way to pivot. Can't raise rates anymore because it's blowing out jobs too much. Like we got our 85% dip doodle, whatever. Like, bro, next month and a half, you better have your plan ready because it could be the end of the bear, bro. It could. Next month could be the end of the bear. And that's good ass news, man.
Yeah.
So people don't realize it. People don't think bear ever ends. They think it just goes on forever.
Yeah.
Nope. It doesn't. Unless you buy the wrong fucking coin, just goes to zero and stays there forever. But in shit we're looking at has product market fit, doesn't tend to go to zero and stay.
Yeah.
Does normal kind of oscillate stuff. So I think the best news I have to leave with you guys is Pulsechain is going to be stronger and better with a more well audited consensus method that will benefit from the upgrades that Ethereum will make in the future. And it didn't cost us any time. It was quicker. And then, so that's great news. And then this bear market could be over in a month is great news.
So that's really awesome. Two awesome updates. One around the bear market calculation. Now, whether that flows into Hex, of course, because when Hex runs, when it starts moving, people are going to be caught out, right? If they're not buying at 3.3 cents, maybe it will go down to 1 cent on the market dip. Maybe it won't. And of course, maybe it's just going to do its own thing. So lots of unknowns there. But of course, it is a pretty nice accumulation phase at the stage. We've had a pretty much 95% dip. Let's see where we go. So obviously, you've got to do your own decisions there. Nothing on this channel is investment advice, but pretty exciting. Pulsechain looking really good. Maybe it's going to be earlier than later. Who knows? We will find out. But of course, will we have a Christmas launch or something like that? Will it be in December? Obviously, with some of that those calls in there, maybe that's an alluding to that. But of course, or is it going to be the first Q1 of next year or something like that? So I don't think it's going to be much later than that, to be honest. I think it's that was pretty bullish from my point of view. Let's see how we get on, but definitely exciting. All right, cool. Let's get back to the details there. And of course, that is pulsechain.com. If you haven't checked it out, check it out, folks. Spread the word. It's coming. It's going to be huge. Now, Pulsechain is not just about the forking Ethereum, ETH 2.0 proof of stake. It's actually around a whole big ecosystem. If you think about the fundamentals, it's much broader. We're talking about PulseX, the AMM bot running, money printing, bridges, on-ramps, everything else that's going on. There's heaps of stuff. So it's really an ecosystem. So pretty exciting. All right, let's jump into the Hex Daily Stats. But before we do that, we've got to just go through some of these prices. I think we've gone through that. We're going to come back to all the rest of these prices. First, we're going to go through the Hex Daily Stats because we've got one day 1,042. Yeah, it's hot off the press there. So only a few minutes ago. The 9th of October, day 1,042, as Hex heads towards the 3-year birthday. 3.3 cents there, up 1.8%. And the return from the payout per Hex, amazing today. If you got your Hex T-shares, folks, hex.com, is get them staked. You got a nice price at the moment, and 6.4 Hex per T-share at the moment is pretty juicy, getting a lot of penalties in there. And of course, we're up to 24,274 in the T-share, a very little minor increase in the T-share rate. Remember, this is part of the magic of Hex is this T-share rate, how it prices time and compound interest and stuff like that. So compound returns. The T-share rate price there is $807. Now, you can get this for a third of the price if you stake out to 10 years. Longer pays better. You get 20% more shares. Shares are going to get rarer and rarer over time. And, of course, we talk about that a lot on this channel. Average stake length, 6.67 years, which is amazing. So the people that are out longer are going to be having their printing press go for ages. People that are shorter are going to, their T-shares are going to expire. They can either decide to get less T-shares or add more Hex to it to get more T-shares, or they basically are out of the game, pretty much out of the staking there. So pretty cool. Annual percentage yield rate, yield and emergency in-stake penalties. So yield is the inflation. It's nominally up to 3.69%, but of course is lower than that effectively. The emergency in-stakes there is penalties. And of course, that's for people that don't keep their responsibility with their Hex stakes. And of course, that's at 39.16%. Amazing day today. We've had some really good days, actually, some of these yields. Now, this paid out in Hex price and Hex, of course. The liquidity in the pool, Hex has gone down from 274 million down to 262 million. There's quite a lot there for people that want to pick up a decent bag, but you know, that's what they're going to do. So we'll move the price up. Liquidity in the pool, $11.2 million. So that's up quite a lot, almost 400,000 from yesterday. Very nice, very nice. Liquidity in the pool is pretty similar to yesterday. Remember, these pools move around based on people buying and selling and people adding and removing liquidity. So those are the two mechanisms there that move that around. T-shares are up 882. So that's the T-shares up 882. And the T-share total is 10,477,000. So Hex is so simple to understand. There's a reward pool, has inflation in it and any penalties in it. It also has an ownership pool with T-shares, and T-shares stands for trillions of shares. It's a bit like an ownership in a company's profit. And of course, it's pretty amazing. So if the rewards go up, then your payout for your T-share goes up. So your Hex per T-share goes up there. Very, very cool. That's how easy it is. There's a reward pool and an ownership pool. Get into the ownership pool, get some Hex, stake your Hex, and enjoy that reward pool. We're expecting the T-shares, this ownership pool, to get smaller and smaller and smaller over time, despite growth. So the Hex will continue to grow, most likely, as it has been. But of course, we're expecting that to go down. And why? Because the T-share rate is going up. That's pretty much it. So we expect the Hex payout per T-share to go up over time, particularly if you're staked out very far. That's going to be pretty impressive in terms of Hex getting paid out next. All right, cool. Let's jump over to a lot of the stuff over here. We can see at the moment there is 62.5 billion Hex staked at the moment. And of course, that is 9.72 billion percent. Oh, sorry, not billion percent, 9.72%. There we go. There's a bit of a blooper there. 9.72% of the stake coins, which is pretty amazing. Close to 6 million in Hex penalties. Unfortunately, I think some of those penalties might be from people that may have got hacked or something. But in any case, that's how it works. It goes up. 50% of penalties go back to stakers, 50% to the origin accounts there. And of course, it lowers the active inflation based on current behavior. So there we are, up the OA. So cool. What else? We've got wallets up 24. The current holders up to 310,000. This will be matching with what's on the block ether scan there. You'll see that under the Hex contract. The current stakers up 84. Great day. Good day for stakers, up 84, 110,128. Like I say, get those, spread the word, folks. Richard always says, get out and do direct promotional activities. You know, maybe drop flyers around your local area, or just get on, whatever you feel comfortable with, spread the word. And yeah, we're up to 110,128 stakers on the up and up. And the total holders, obviously, we hit 500,000 about 6 days ago. We're up at 171 today. So very, very good results. We're currently on day 1,043, heading towards 1,095, and that will be Hex's third year birthday. Once, of course, the third year birthday, 2nd December 2022, we will be in our 4th year of Hex, which is, you know, really, really cool. Spring all tear to my eye. It'll be a little birthday celebration, just like Richard's birthday today. So pretty cool. All right, so that's pretty cool stuff there. Let's get into the rest of the charts. We've got the BNB memes on the BNB chart here, on the BNB one. Now, this is going to get airdropped over to Pulsechain. We've got Pulse Dodge there at 0033. And, of course, the P33 at 9.4. They're all looking pretty bad, to be honest. And Internet Money is down at 6,118. They're not being loved by very much at the moment, are they? Of these old BNB versions, Pulse Dodge, the original P33, and IM Internet Money there. Let's jump over to the airdrops. And, of course, this is on the Ethereum chain. We've got the wait token. Obviously, everyone's waiting. And that's currently at just under half a penny. It's actually broken down, actually. That's breaking down past the support line. It's really at the very bottom. It's actually breaking down past the half a penny. So there we are. That is actually a little bit significant there. That breakdown is actually significant today. Let's see where it goes from here. Obviously, most people are waiting. There's been about 120 million minted. There's probably about 101.2 billion, maybe higher now, that is accrued. Obviously, there's 8 different sacrifices that you qualify for this free airdrop on the Wait token. This is associated to Coast, of course, which is going to be doing the CST stablecoin, the fiat on-ramp, off-ramp. And, of course, looking forward to that because I actually think it's a really good model. It's a fiat-backed model. And, of course, it's going to add well into Pulsechain. Pulsechain, at this stage, looks like we're going to have 3 native stablecoins at least. And, of course, that's USDL from Liquid Lines. And, of course, which I think will be the preeminent one. But this one here could be pretty big too, the Wait token with the fiat backing, and of course non-custodial as well. And then of course the XST, the Bank X one, which is a bit more, it's a bit more of a hybrid across a different number of approaches. And of course does have some adjusting mechanisms, but probably the weakest one, arguably, out of that. But hey, it's good to have another native in there as well. We'll see how that performs over time, whether they've made enough adjustments to their hybrid. They've kind of hybrid 4 different project approaches into one kind of thing. It's kind of like that. All right, cool. But hey, that's good to have 3. 3 is better than none, right? 3 is better than none. That's pretty cool. All right, so cool. PLSD, Pulse Dodge, one of the 2 calls. Remember, Hedron at the moment, probable call. PLSD, probable call on this channel. Obviously, do your own investment due diligence. We're currently at $4.09. Looking pretty good. Higher low here, waiting for the dual token. About 4 days ago, I had a sneak peek of that on the DAT. We showed that on this channel. That has been blocked now. And there's no updates at the moment from the team. But I suspect that this, within the next week, we could probably see a launch. That's kind of my guesstimation there. We'll see how we get on. That is pretty much it. Let's go to the founders, wildcards. These are people in the Hex Pulsechain community. They've been around for a long time. We've got, obviously, Conrad Zen here with the PZen. And, of course, this has been holding up okay. In fact, pretty well. It's got higher lows here, but it's got lower highs as well. But it's holding up pretty nicely. Nice little support line there. Now, the other thing, a horizontal line at 0.7 of a penny, that's been holding. So this has been doing okay. I think that as a really cool investment, it would be cool if it could get to 3 or 4 cents. That'd be a pretty good, nice payday on an annual basis. And of course, basically, it has a sort of a tax in it, and it has a payout that you don't have to claim for on the contract there, which is a nice feature actually. And of course, it just shows up in your wallet, and you don't have to do any claiming, which is pretty cool. And that's holding up. So it's holding up pretty well. Big shout out to Pulse Beta and Stressful Struggle. And I think we've got Conrad Zen in the chat for the first time as well. Big shout out to you. And I do suggest, Conrad Zen, get yourself a Starlink satellite internet if you come in, and that will clean up your feed. They'll probably clean up your feed. Presuming you can get one in your area, of course. But that's pretty cool. All right, nice. That's that one. And let's have a look at Trayvon's. Now, Trayvon's chart, man, this was looking a bit wrecked. And that's not a great looking chart. We've got lower lows, lower highs, but currently at the moment it's at 90 cents, holding up after a bit of a rally. And of course, if you want it, you don't really want it to go below 84 cents again, 85 cents, because it may go for another low there. So yeah, obviously he's a decent sized influencer, been around for a long time, 6-year crypto veteran, as Trayvon would say, 6-year crypto veteran. He really is a crypto veteran. I agree with that part. So I'm just making fun of it because it's just I love it. I love his I don't know, what is it, bravado. So pretty cool. That's pretty much it. Let's jump over to one of the other 2. So 2 speculatives here are the Zen. Obviously that's entertainment, but of course we've got PulsePod, BNBP. Now obviously the BSC hack has delayed this, and of course the founder has delayed this for about 7 days extra. To make sure that the chain is operating, everything is operating, and the game will operate properly. So that was probably a good decision there. Currently, the price is at $6.70 at the moment. And of course, this is the hourly chart. So it was up at $11.16. So just moving around here at this range at the moment. Let's have a look on the daily, on the BNB pot. Now, this is going to be the world's first decentralized crypto casino. I'm very excited about it. I think it's going to do very well. Wise decision to delay to see that the BSC chain is up and running properly. That's a good move. And here we are at the stage with that. Let's have a look at the countdown. Currently, let's have a look at the staking of BNBP. A very big amount has been staked so far. Let's have a look and see what it is. 62.87% of the BNPP has been staked. And of course, minimum stake is 100 days. and so forth. And you can find more details on this, of course, at the new token links. So if you go to above here, the Spotlight project is here, all the details. If you want to get hold of that, there is the website, and of course there is the trading contract that I just showed you. That's pretty much it. So we'll be keeping abreast of that. Now the countdown is now down to 8 days and 23 hours to launch. So all going well. This will launch at that time. And you know, I think the BSC, hopefully that's stabilized with all the different features of BSC there. It's obviously running, change running, but just that things are stable for the contract to interact with. So we'll keep abreast of that. That's pretty much it. Looking forward to it though. Very excited. Very excited. All right, cool. What else have we got there? We're going to jump over to the charts here. We've got ETH PAL. We're going to get to ETH PAL and ETH Fear quickly in a second, but we're going to jump back to I think we've covered all those charts, so we're going to get to ETH PAL. Now we've got this ordered by liquidity on ETH PAL. So obviously all your Hex stakes and stuff got forked over to the ETH PAL network. And of course, at the moment, we've got Hex at the number 7. It's the only peer left in the top 10 now for Hex is in number 7. So that's good to see. We've got 4.5 million of volume in ETH PAL. That's good to see. It's jumped back up. The transactions are still lower, 32,000, but that's pretty good to see. And we've got USDC, LFG here. We seem to have these holding. What else there? So yeah, number 7. The price at the moment, 0006 on the Hex ETH PAL network or ETHW. And of course, the high was 0.4 of a penny. So that's how high it got. It is up 7% on the 24-hour, $160,000 liquidity in that one. The only news, of course, is from ETH PAL. Oh, sorry, this is ETH Fear. So this is ETH Fear. So I apologize. Let's jump to the ETH Fear product then. We've got ordered by liquidity. We've got Hex still dominating in the top 10. You can see that's pretty much dominating. Not so much on the ETH PAL now, but dominating on the top 10 here. We've got the price currently at 0046. So here is what here Hex ETH Fear here, and of course 0046. And so that's pretty similar. It's not too far back down, is it? 0006. So it's not too far behind the old ETH PAL there. And of course, what is that up at the moment? That is up. It's only pretty much even over the 24 hours, around 1% there. The news from ETH Fear is this ETH Fear or is ETH PAL? I can't remember now. Yeah, ETH Fear. Metapath is currently the only aggregator in the ETH Fear ecosystem. So that's cool to see. Metapath aggregates major public DEXs, bridges, and NFT markets and support one-click cross-chain for hundreds of assets. Now, I haven't used this, but this is new. So this is new. So that's cool to see that. That's a really important, a financial flow for the ETH Fear network. So definitely check that out. I will try and check that out and probably add it to the ETH Fear link. So if you go to our Discord, you'll see useful links here. Join the link in the video description. You'll see the ETH PAL network here, and you'll also see the ETH Fear network here. So I'll add this probably under the where are we going here? I'll add these under these swaps here, DEX swaps here. So I'll probably add it in here. Debt Path Finance, have I got that already? Debt Path Finance. I've already got it. So that's cool. I've already got it. So that's cool to see. It's already there. And you can access that here. So there it is, that one there. So cool, under ETH Fear, which is cool. See, we've got all the links, folks. If you want them, a great community, great information, come join our Discord. Really is amazing. And we've got a few things coming up soon to help with Pulsechain adoption. And Hex, of course, we've got a few initiatives coming up. So look forward to that. It's going to be great. All right, cool. That's pretty much it for those. Let's jump out of all that. I'm going to close all this stuff down. That is our Hex update, folks. And of course, we're going to jump back into Zen. We're still going to run for another 11 minutes at least. So this is an extended live stream. Let's go back to Hex price, see where we're at the moment. 3.333 cents. Isn't that beautiful? Definitely accumulation zone at the moment. Bullish stuff coming out from Richard Hart, as we saw earlier. And of course, looking good there. So we'll come back to that. Let's jump back to Zen. Let's have a look at the mint. We're going to get back to here for the last 10 minutes. We're going to talk about Zen. So very nice. We're in day 2 of Zen launch. 344,703 global rank now. Amazing. And of course, once we reach 400,000, the EAA, there's going to go down to 9.6%. Obviously, as we continue to climb, our wallets will go up to 375. It's going to top up at 4,000 once we reach 1 million wallets. That's going to be pretty cool. And the APY for staking is going to go down by 1% every 90 days. So if you are going to stake, don't muck around because that's a longer game play for this, right? Because that's APY is going down every 90 days. But of course, that's a long play. If you're not playing the short play, which a lot of people are, then this is the way. We've got people playing short play, people playing the whole game. We've got people playing the long play, and of course, we're going to see. You just don't know how it's going to play out over time. That's pretty much it. We have got the price pulling back though. Price is pulling back now to a third of a penny, and this was to be expected. So this is what I've been saying. More volume coming into play. That's true on MEXC Global as well. No surprises here, folks. Fairly predictable, most probable predictability there. We've got 103 million Zen liquid at the moment. So that's where we are at the stage. So we can actually see that here, 103 million and 4.5 million staked at the moment. So there's people playing the long game, probably, or at least a longer game. And of course, there we are. We've got liquid people at the moment. So we'll see what this looks like tomorrow when we have a better idea of how much it's going to, sort of flow in cycles. So it's going to be pretty crazy. We're going to have massive inflation event. It's going to be like that. Do you like sound effects? I did. All right, let's get into some of the comments here. DB says Hex is the GOAT. Absolutely. Pac-Man says I have 120 wallets. Wow. Bam. Nice one there, Pac-Man. Let's go, says Scotty. Nearly 2.5 billion Zen. Love it, says Pac-Man. What else there? Thanks, man. HODL is the way to go until 2025 highs. I like that one, Pac-Man. Playing the long game and the short game, probably. Unpopular opinion. Markets bottomed in June. No time for games. DCA hard, says Scotty. I like that. I like that a lot. What else there? We got Blobfish King says it's strange that Zen contract address has 1.69 PLSD and Hex in it. That's pretty funny. 3.69 Hex. That's pretty funny. And a bunch of scam coins. That is pretty funny. CEO in the house there, proof of participation. That is true. Comrade Z said it's good stream. Well done, but dig deeper for your followers, says Con. Hey, look, I cover everything, man. I cover everything, Conrad Zen. Woohoo! Rock on. Pac-Man's in the house there. Hedron, Pulse X, Pulse, and Zen must hodl. That's true. That's true. Don't forget Hex Maxi team and soon Polly. Absolutely been amazing. Big owner. Hex Token is the best channel to go to learn. I've learned so much here. Not Rex, says Charity. Hey, Charity, it's great. I appreciate that. Yeah, I try to follow probable projects. If I do say something speculative, I will say it's speculative. So I try to do. Now, this is relative in crypto, right? So relativity there. Just remember that. So cool. Hi, Sandy. Good to see you. There's Charity. We got Hex Full R in house. Hex. Hey, good to see you, Phil. Free advertising long, says Rango. Yeah, that's true. Most of those Hex wallets are hacked wallets. Hackers always in the stakes as soon as possible, even if they are worthless. That's true. Ocean Breeze. That's true. Is Poly available yet? No, I don't think. I think it was going to take him a few weeks to do Poly. I know that he's done 5 days at least of coding. Probably taking a bit of a break over the weekend. Crypto Land says XEN will go to 0001 in 1 to 3 days max to match the free mint value. Yeah, I think you're probably right about that, Crypto Land. Thank you, Brennan and Bagona, says Sandy Beach. Crypto Land says if you have liquid, sell. Yeah, well, a lot of people are doing that already. That's why the price is going down. Yeah, we're down at 0.3 of a penny there. We've got some people selling their 1.1 million Zen. We've got a trader in there. That looks like a trader. So we definitely got the trades in, but the price is going down. So that's the way it goes. All right. What else? I think that was pretty much. Let's get back in. Let's do a refresh and jump out of there. Hex Hodl says bots are vicious today because of Zen titles. Maybe, says Hex Hodl. That's true. Was RH tired during the stream? Well, I thought he was not tired at the beginning, Sandy. He looked okay, but then he looked like he was getting pretty tired pretty quick after that. So maybe, but he looked cool. I like the colors. The colors in the video were pretty neat. I thought Richard looked like he was popping on there, popping it. I was wondering the same thing, says Sandy. Katie says it's a family show. Yeah, RH. Yeah, RH. Yeah, it's a family show. Yeah, I don't know if he cares about that much. Owning Hedron is like Hex, also, so don't want both, says Pac-Man. Charity says lots of people I follow and trust on YouTube are saying bear market is nearly over, says Charity. What else there? Let's jump here. Full R says Hex and Hedron, Kiwis. Hex and Hedron. Hex and Hedron. I guess is the accent play there, Phil. You said it first. I only thought it. Let's have a look here. Sandy says, I had MacD's iced coffee today. I love it. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool, Sandy. I bet that was next to the beach too, at a cafe next to the beach. Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. All right, cool. What else there? We're jumping through some of this. Jump through some of that. Let's go through, jumping. Let's go through all this. Jumping through all that. Pac-Man says markets are done soon. Yep, Fed will be done soon. And seasonal run up until Christmas is here, says Pac-Man. I think that's a pretty good assessment there, Pac-Man. Let's go from here. Let's jump through here. Hex can Batman in house there. Oh, super. Well, XEN on coin market says 003. What does that mean for Zen? Well, the supply is coming over more and more every hour. So no surprise with the price here. We'll see where it lies by tomorrow. Every day, I imagine it's going to go down. It's really about how many people want to pick up volume speculators, but obviously more sellers than buyers. That's pretty much it. What else there? Pete Cam says Pulsechain should use XEN network for cross-chain swaps. Yeah, well, Power City's already got a bigger announcement there with, what was it, main, I've just forgotten the name now, but Power City's working on that one. We should be fine. 65 blockchains or something and 3,000 trading pairs. That seems pretty good to me. What else? We jump through some of these. Boy. Hit the super like button, says CI. Definitely hit the super like button there. Jumping here. A lot of people talking about eating food and going to Australia or something like that. That's kind of what I see in the chat there. All right, let's do another refresh. Heading up pretty fast, man. It's amazing how fast these accounts are adding on, eh? Crazy, man. Crazy. 346,303. That's some crazy stuff right there. Let's jump through all that. Just remember there's a family channel, so don't flood us with rubbish. What else there? Okay, jumping through all these comments. Wow. Okay, nice. All right, Brazozzi's in the house there. Good to see Briz. Super like. Hit the super like button. Definitely hit that. We've got the kangaroos from KD. Good to see you as well. Nice. All right, so cool. We've got 346,000 Zen wallets at the moment. Yeah, we're in day 2, folks. Day 2. Can you believe it? We've got 112 million total supply liquid. There's 107 million, and staked is 4.5 million so far on the early staking results. So that's pretty cool. The AMP is at 2,999, goes down 1 a day. The EAA is going down every 100,000 wallets by 0.1%. It will take 10 million wallets to get that to 0. That's the early adopter bonus. The max term days is going to max out at 1 million wallets approximately at 400,000. 400 days, I should say. So that's a max minting term. Those are the minting stats. And of course, on the staking, the APY is 20%, will go down by 1% every 90 days. So that won't start to hit people until, I guess, maybe a year away or something. It's going to be, take a few years. Was it 4 years? Something like that. So cool. You got the mint page. Pretty easy, folks. If you want to mint the max term, it's 376. You don't have to mint the max term. Just connect your wallet and you can start minting. It will cost you a bit of a gas fee, of course. The GUI at the moment is currently at, was it 29, something like that. Where's it up to? 27, 28. That's the GUI at the moment. So, it's on the higher side. And who's causing that? It's the Zen contract, right? It's causing that almost $1.9 million in the last 24 hours. Man, 42%. And of course, it's a Sunday in the United States still. So it's typically the quieter day for gas fees. Let's see how we get on through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday with higher gas fees, and see what the minting continues its run rate, which has been pretty epic. So I had a run rate yesterday. What was it? At 12,000, about 12,400 an hour was the first run rate that we were doing yesterday's. I can't easy calculate that now, but that was pretty much it. After you've minted, after you've finished your mint phase, however long that term is that you put in, all you have to do is connect your wallet, start minting. But at the end of the minting phase, you have to claim it. If you don't claim within 7 days, you lose 100% of it. And of course, you get penalized every day up to that point. I think it's 1% one day and then 3%, etc. on day 2. Once you claim, of course, you can either hold it, sell it, or stake it as a way to go. And of course, when you stake it, your APY will be 20%. That will go down 1% every 90 days. Pretty much it. We've got all the latest events here with people minting and claiming. And of course, we've got the charts there with the latest numbers, although it's a little bit not on the same time period that we used to. So cool. Now, we may have a launch on BSC and Polygon. Obviously, the best place to keep track of that is on Telegram with Jack Levin there. So that's what you'll probably want to do. For for me, this is more entertainment, more fun to see where this goes to. And we are in a massive inflation event. So just take that into account. These are kind of the latest updates there. Trending now is Zen on Twitter. So that's nice to see it trending there. That's pretty cool. What else there? Doing our part. Zen has made Ethereum deflationist for the past hour. ETH holders rejoicing. Deflating the ETH there. Someone mentioned that in the chat earlier. So it's pretty cool. All right, cool. I noticed he's changed his top here. What's he got there? Excellent project from Eddie McGuire. The power between us is greater than the path in front of us. There we are. So some food things to think about there. All right, we come up to an hour and a half. That's pretty much it. I'm going to close out of there, and we've got the price at the moment at the 0.27. You've seen it just move down. We were sitting up at 16th of a penny, moved down here on Uniswap, and we're currently at 2.9, just under 3/10 here. No surprise here. Every hour, more supplies coming in, offsetting any buyers that are buying. We do see people buying in the green. We people selling on Uniswap in the red. We've got some traders in there. We see a lot of bot accounts claiming, doing short claims. We've got people longer claims, just the way it goes. The grey has come down a little bit there at 25. Was up in high 20s or 30s and 40s and 50s and stuff like that, but it's definitely slightly low at the moment. Pretty much it. So cool. Like I say, Hex is looking pretty good. They're at the 3.3 at the moment, so very nice. All right, so cool. Let's do one more refresh. We're going to wrap it up for the live coverage. I will be back probably later on today, and we'll do another video on Zen. How about that? Since it's having a lot of fun, it's doing amazing stuff. I might do a video later on today. You can catch me up then, probably UK time, and I might do another hour session then. So stay tuned for that later on. Look forward to it. We'll see how we're getting on day 2 later on. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe another 5-6 hours from now. How about that? We'll do an hour session or something. Pretty cool. All right, I'll catch you then. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick coverage. We've got a couple more comments. I'll just finish up on those before we finish out there. Bullish news from Richard, I think, about the Pulsechain fork of Ethereum 2.0, and I think that's bodes well and bullish for the market call as well from Richard. So I like it. I like it a lot. What else? We've got some more comments. I'm going to jump through those. Big Kahuna's got the Big Mac. Yeah, hey, where's Kate Fergo? We haven't seen Kate Fergo lately. Maybe it's because of the time of day I'm streaming. Sandy Beach is the minting phase of Zen continuous, pretty much. Bruce says, what do you think of K4K being pretty against Zen? Well, we already knew all those criticisms, is what I said at the beginning of the live stream, Bruce. So, it's just the way it is. It's his opinion, and it's fine. I kind of agree with them. It's just we knew that sort of stuff was going to be in play, so no surprise there. Zen is like an economic experiment. Let's see how it pans out and what we can learn from it. Yeah, sure. That's where I see it, Bruce. I kind of see it more as entertainment. So I don't. It's very speculative. It's entertainment. Putting $50 towards it, throwing for the inflation experiment. It's not too bad. I certainly wouldn't be putting thousands of dollars into it. That's some people are, but I wouldn't do that. It's really just entertainment, and it's going to be fun to see it play out. If it does well, great. If it doesn't, then $50. What do you do? Big Kahuna says, well-intentioned as FOMO is real, and price will likely go down for quite a while until something is built on top, says Big Kahuna. That's true too. Lice Benny says, take care all. You definitely take care as well. Shane, dominating Superman, says, Shane, I appreciate that. I'm not sure what that means, but I appreciate it. I think it means like doing a good job. James in the house says, thanks, Superman. Hey, you're welcome, James. See you later, alligators, but not for a wild crocodile, and not so soon, baboon, says Hex and Batman. That's pretty funny. Brian's made it just at the end. Nice one there, Brian. We appreciate Brian. One of our two community leads in the Discord there. Pretty cool. All right, let's jump through some of this. I minted Zen in my DGN wallet, says Sandy Beach. Nice work. What else there? I think that's probably it there. Brian says, I don't know if you went over it already, but hearing that you can remint from the same wallet the stake is over really made me think the supply will never end. The supply does move down. It goes on for ages. So we're talking about at least this AMP goes on for 8 years. And the APY here, I think, is 4 years, isn't it? So, yeah, you can actually see that on the chart. So if you go into new token links here, you can actually scroll down on the Zen update at the bottom here, And this chart tells you, you know, APY 4 years down to 2%. It takes 4 years to get down to 2%. So there's massive inflation at the beginning. And of course, 3 years for the amplifier there too. The early AA might be disappeared in maybe 35 to 60 days. But these two metrics take a while to slow down. But, you know, there's gas fees and things like that to take into account. Bruce says 347,000 wallets been minted. And Daniel says, thanks for all your hard work, man. You've been so much help for me. Thank you. Thank you, says Daniel. Hey, Daniel, I appreciate that, man. I really do. And hopefully the projects that I've been talking about, you know, I do separate them out into probable, speculative. Hopefully that helps. And, of course, you must do your investment due diligence. Obviously, the GOAT projects, the golden projects, are the Richard Hart projects, Pulsechain, and Hex, of course. Make sure that you got yourself positioned pretty well. That's very, very important. Bob Wells says, thank you very much, Superman. See you later, for sure. Katie says, I have a feeling Hex will be at $1.50 by this time next year. I like that, Katie. I like that a lot. Unfortunately, we got some spams in there, but this is the way it goes. All right, let's do one more refresh of this, of the dashboard. See what we're up to. We're currently at 347,767 mint. The price is currently at just under 0.00258 here on both the centralized and decentralized exchange, pretty much around a quarter of a penny. So it's pretty cool. The grey is at 24, and of course, let's finish up on the Hex chart there. Hex is at 0.033. Nice little accumulation zone area and some bullish stuff coming from Richard Hart. A good place to finish, right? A good place. All right, take care, everybody. Let's play out some funky stuff here. Let's bring up the old Power City core and funk it out. I think that's the way we're going to go with that. Bam, 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 bam. Woohoo! Peace out. All right, I thought I had to come back because I forgot the poll. Oh no, we forgot the poll. Yeah, I forgot the poll. That's hilarious, man. That's hilarious. Okay, our live stream's gone from an hour and a half to an hour and 45. That's pretty much it. Hey, we got a poll, folks. How many Zen wallets have you minted? 0 to 5, 53% out of the wallets. 96 votes, so almost 100 votes. Pretty good. So 53%. 6 to 15 wallets, 26%. 25 plus is 15%, so pretty good FOMO there. 25 plus, 15%. That's pretty good. That's probably what, 13 people. 15 to 25 is 5%. Am I surprised by the poll? Let me think here. No, I think that makes sense. That poll kind of makes me feel, yeah, that makes sense, that poll. All right, it's cool. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I was like the camera and mic. Yeah. Peace out, everybody. Yeah, some pretty fun at the end there. You got to laugh at that. So there's the poll results. And I thought Brendan said it's a big, oh no, we forgot the poll. We forgot the poll there. That's hilarious on that one. So nice one, Brendan. And I'll see you guys in Discord. Take care, everybody. Bye for now. Let's play it out. Boom.